There is a sentence you waited your whole life to hear from one particular person, and they died without ever saying it. Or they said it once, at a kitchen table, in a voice too small to fill the hole. I am going to say that sentence to you tonight, but not yet. First, you need to know why it was already true, years before you did anything to earn it. I know the shape of that hole. I have watched you work around it for 50 years. You learned early that approval was something you earned, so you earned. You were the one who did not complain. You were the one who stayed late, who took the harder job, who kept the peace at the table when no one else would. And every time you finished something, you looked up, not for applause, for one face. And that face was already looking somewhere else, or it was gone. So you started again. I will come back to that face before this is over. Not yet. You are still doing it. At your age, with the house quiet and no one left to impress, you still catch yourself keeping score, still measuring the day by whether you were useful in it, still apologizing for taking up room, 50 years on, and that ledger is still lying open on the table where you left it. Nobody ever taught you to close it. Nobody ever told you that it could be closed. Do not turn this off here. What comes next is not the sentence itself. It is something smaller, and I want you holding it before the larger thing arrives. Here is the first true thing. The hunger you carried your whole life was never a flaw in you. It was a homing signal. You were made to be told you are enough by someone whose word could actually settle it. And no human voice was ever going to be able to do that. Not your father's, not your mother's, not anyone's. The voice you were listening for the whole time was mine. You were not too needy. You were listening for the right voice in all the wrong rooms. That is why it never landed. Even the few times someone did say something kind, you would hear it. It would slide off. An hour later, you were back at work, still hungry. A word can only settle a soul if it comes from the one who made the soul. I want you to see how early this started. There was a version of you at 7 years old who already understood that being good was the price of being wanted. That child was not wrong about the house. That child was only wrong about me. I did not require the goodness. I was already there, at 7, in that room, on the side of the small one keeping quiet. And there was a version of you at 40 who had built an entire life on the same arithmetic, the competence, the reliability, the being needed by everyone. It worked. It earned you respect, and it earned you exhaustion, and it never once got you the thing you were actually after. I watched both of them. I have never held either of them against you. There is more. Stay with me, because the second thing changes how you look at everything you have done. Here is the second true thing. I am not proud of you for never falling. I am proud of you for getting up. A faithfulness that never stumbled would not move me the way yours does. Yours fell. Yours grieved. Yours got up and kept walking toward me with a limp. That is the faithfulness of the real. And every single time you turned back after a fall, I was not standing there disappointed. I was already moving toward you. You have been reading your own life as a ledger of failures. I have been reading it as a long walk home, interrupted many times, never once abandoned. Not for a day did I lose sight of you between the falls. If that reached the place that has waited so long, type Amen below. One word. Let it be the night you stopped waiting for a voice that was never coming. I am keeping count of those, and of nothing else about you tonight. I know exactly what it costs someone your age to type a word like that, after a lifetime of never asking anyone for anything. There is a whole crowd of souls doing it beside you tonight, and not one of them ever heard those words either. Now let me tell you why I am proud of you, because you are going to assume I mean your achievements. I do not. You measure a life by what worked out. I have never measured that way. I have not been keeping a list of your results. I have been watching something else entirely, for a very long time. I will show you exactly what, in a moment. I am proud of you, for every morning you got up and faced a day you did not want to face, and faced it anyway. That took a courage no one in your house ever applauded. I am proud of you for the times you were treated unfairly and did not turn hard. I am proud of you for a forgiveness you gave that no one knew cost you everything. I am proud of you for staying. In the marriage, in the job, in the family, in the faith. Through years, when leaving would have been easier, and no one would have blamed you. Breathe with me here. In, he is not disappointed in me. Out, he has not been, once. In, not for what I did. Out, for who I have been. Now look at how I count. It is not the way you were taught. Think of the widow and her 2 small coins. The rich poured in their large gifts, and the crowd was impressed, and I was not particularly moved. Then a poor widow put in 2 copper coins, worth almost nothing, and I stopped everything to point her out. Not because of the amount, because of the cost. She gave out of her poverty everything she had. That is how I measure. Not the size of what you accomplished, the cost of what you gave, out of what little you had left to give it from. By that measure, your life is full of moments that stopped me, moments you dismissed as nothing, that I have kept. Let me name a few, because I know you never will. The years you cared for someone who could no longer thank you. The nights you got up at 2 and at 4, because someone needed you, and no one ever knew you had been awake. The times you made yourself smaller, so a room could stay peaceful. The phone calls you made that were never returned, and you made them again the next month anyway. The first Sunday you walked into church alone and sat in the same pew you had always sat in, and did not stop going. Those are not small. Those are the whole of it. The world hands out its pride for winning. I give mine for faithfulness, and you have been faithful. Not perfectly, not without falling, but really, across decades, in 10,000 small choices to keep going that no one ever praised. I saw every one of them. I have been proud of you the whole time. Now, hear what I want you to understand about the falls, because they are what you point to when you cannot believe any of this. You think each failure lowered my opinion of you a little, until by now, there cannot be much left. That is not how I read a life. I have never once totaled you up. I have only ever watched you turn back. And every turning was the thing I was watching for. You know the story of the son who took his father's money and spent all of it. He came home in rags, rehearsing an apology, certain the best he could hope for was to be taken on as a servant. And his father saw him, while he was still far off, and did not wait with folded arms to hear the apology. He ran. He ran to his ruined, returning child, and called for the robe and the ring and the feast, because the son he thought he had lost had come home. There is a reason I am telling you this one and not another. Watch what the father does before the son gets a word out. That father is me. That running is what I have felt every time you turned back. You have been living like the servant who has to earn his place. You were always the child the father runs to. Let me speak now to the particular ache, because I know it is not general to you. One of the 4 I am about to name is yours. There are 4 of these. Listen for yours. To the one who is still, at your age, carrying the weight of a parent who never said it. That grief is real, and I am not going to talk you out of it. But hear me. You do not have to wait for a door that is closed. I am your father too, the truest one, and I am saying the words, I am proud of you, my child. You do not have to earn them from anyone else ever again. To the one who fears your life is nearly over and did not amount to what you hoped, who is afraid of reaching the end with nothing to show. Hear me. I am proud of the life you lived, the real one, the one no one else fully saw. It amounted to far more than you know, in the only ledger that lasts. 2 more. Stay for them. To the one who failed at something that still defines you in your own mind. The marriage that ended. The child you believe you failed. The choice that changed everything. I have never once defined you by it. You are so much more to me than your worst chapter, and my pride in you was not revoked by your failure. Come out from under it. You have carried it long enough. And there is one more, and I think it may be the one that is actually yours. To the one who simply never heard those words from anyone in your whole life and stopped expecting to. You are hearing them now. Do not deflect them this time. Let them in. Whichever of those is yours, hear the same voice underneath it. I am not waiting at the end of your life to make up my mind about you. I made it up a long time ago, and nothing since has moved it by a fraction. Now the deepest thing, the one I kept for last. You have believed, underneath all of it, that my pride in you would have to be earned, that I am like the voice you chased, waiting to see whether you finally do enough. Hear me. This changes the ground you are standing on, and I will show you why in a moment. My delight in you does not come after your performance. It comes before it. I was proud of you before you had done a single thing. Proud the way a parent is proud, simply to have the child, before the child has achieved anything at all. Proud that you exist. Proud that you are mine. There is one more turn under this, and I will come to it. First, understand what it means. It means you can stop. You can stop performing for a verdict that was rendered in your favor before the performance ever began. The striving is over, not because you finally succeeded, because it was never necessary. Hold that a moment. There is a line underneath it I have not shown you yet. Here where I first said this out loud. I said it once over my own son at the river, before he had preached a sermon or performed a miracle, before any of the work. This is, my beloved, in whom I am well pleased. Well pleased before the work, not after it. That same voice, that same pleasure, I am speaking now over you. Nothing you failed at has canceled it. Nothing you regret has lowered it. Nothing left undone has withheld it. My pride in you is not a finish line you never reached. It is the ground you have been standing on the whole time. But there is one more thing I have not told you. It is the reason you could never let anyone say those words to you, even the few times someone tried. Stay for it. Breathe with me once more. In. He is proud of me. Out. He always was. In. I can stop earning it. Out. It was given all along. Come back tomorrow, and the day after. A lifetime of never hearing this does not heal in a single night, and you will need to hear it again before it goes all the way down. There will be a new message waiting for you here every single day. Subscribe and turn on the bell so this voice can keep saying it until you can carry it on your own. One more thing waits after this. Look at the golden stream now, rising off its surface, like light lifting into the air, is every faithful thing you ever did that no one saw. Every quiet act of love, every hard forgiveness, every morning you rose with nothing left. You thought all of it sank into nothing. Look, it is all here, and it has been the whole time. And at the end of the stream, a doorway of warm light standing open in the dark. Someone is waiting just inside it. Someone who has watched your whole life with a pride you never let yourself believe. When you walk through, you will not hear the verdict you feared. You will hear the words your whole life was aching toward, spoken at last, face to face, in a voice you will finally recognize as the one you were always listening for. Now the thing I held back. You have spent your life believing that if anyone really knew you, the whole of you, the parts you keep out of sight, then the pride would vanish. And so even the few times someone did approve of you, you could not receive it, because you were sure they were approving of a version that left the worst out. Here is the freedom I carried to you tonight. I know the whole of it. Every failure you have never said out loud. Every corner of you that you are certain would end anyone's good opinion. I see all of it, all the way down, with nothing hidden. And I am proud of you anyway. Not proud of a polished version who does not exist. Proud of the real one, the one I have never once been fooled about. That is a pride nothing can take back. It was never built on not knowing. It was built on knowing everything, and choosing you still. So do not walk into tomorrow performing anymore. When the old hunger rises, hear my voice underneath it, already spoken, already settled. There is nothing left for you to earn. And there is one more thing, and it is the reason you could never let those words in. It has to do with something you have never told a single person. Not tonight. Tomorrow. Come back, and I will tell you why it never changed anything. You are loved. You are seen. You are mine.